Hey, we're here at the Compact Tractor Factory in Augusta, Georgia. The Compact Tractor Factory.
Compact Tractor Factory.
And we're also here with DeMarc today. We've got two brand new John Deere units being introduced today.
That's right.
February 11th. We're very excited about this, DeMarc. So this says 4062M heavy duty.
That's right.
That's new.
That's new. Brand new.
Okay, so what do you got?
The customers that we're targeting with this tractor are poultry industry, so the commercial customers, those customers that need a tractor with a smaller wheelbase and maneuverable in tight spaces to clean out poultry barns, you know, between load in and load out.
Okay.
And also we're focusing on livestock customers and hay operations. So that cow-calf operation where they need a tractor to manage their bales of hay, right? So whether it's taking it from the barn to the feed area or even stacking it on trailers to transport those hay bales from point A to point B.
So when I see the name 4062M heavy duty,
Yep.
I naturally think that it's just like a 4062M, except it's heavy duty.
Yeah.
So how is it heavy duty?
So the heavy duty piece of this tractor is mainly some of the updates that we made to it, right?
Okay.
So it has similar capacities to our 4M and 4R tractor today that's currently out in the market. But some of the changes that we made is around the loader. We want to go through each one of those features. So let's start at the front of the tractor. So with this tractor, we'll have a heavy duty bucket with our chain loops on it. And so it would also have a skid steer carrier.
All of these have skid steer carrier.
Yep, all the 4M heavy duties will have a skid steer carrier. And the reason we went that route is because potentially being able to go after a customer that already has a bunch of skid steer carrier implements and they just need to swap out, you know, the tractor instead of swapping out all the implements that they may
that makes good sense at a tractor this size.
Or they may have made some modifications.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, what else?
So the loader itself, it shares the same loader as our 4R tractors today. So you get the same lifting capacity and all of that. But we are also incorporating a heavy duty brush guard with a front weight support.
This is factory standard.
Yep. And so if you've seen our 5000 series tractors or even our large ag tractors, so 6000, 7000, 8000s, they have a front weight support similar to this.
Okay, and that adds probably 100 pounds or something like that.
That's about 120 pounds right there, yep.
Okay.
You can hang on heavier suitcase weights so that basically you can get the front weight of a loader without having a loader on it. Talked about the poultry customer, right? They don't really want a loader on that tractor inside the poultry house. You don't have that maneuverability, but you can hang 10 of those 5000 series weights here and get the same weight
so a poultry operation, they don't want the loader, but they're using some rear attachments that they need that extra weight on the front.
Need that ballast on the front end, yep.
Okay. These look like extra large tires to me.
Yeah. Yep, so that's another piece that we're kind of hanging our hat on with the heavy duty piece. So these are larger tires than we have on our 4M and 4R tractors today. They're not only larger, but they also have a higher ply rating. Like I said, you can't lift more, but you can manage that load a lot better with a thicker tire wall. And it helps out with the ride quality too when you're lifting those heavy.
Now, are you going to offer those size tires on my 1 Series?
Oh man, probably on the rear.
I think they're even bigger than the rear. What else do you have?
So moving back into some of the things that still holds true in terms of what has worked well in all of our compact utility tractors, right, is the hydrostatic transmission. Okay. And so we're going to have our e-hydro in this tractor like we have in our 4M and 4R tractors today.
Hold it, but the regular 4M tractor offers a power reverser, right?
Yep, it does.
Standard.
Yep.
So you're saying hydro on all of these?
It'll be hydro only on these. Yep. Okay. We'll have 2 horsepower levels, a 52 and a 66, which we also offer today in our 4M and 4R tractors. This tractor would also include all of our e-hydro features that our 4R tractor has. So you get automotive style cruise control, so you can set your speed and bump it up and down, just like you do in your vehicle. We'll have e-throttle, so tying your engine RPMs to the tractor speed. So as I press on the hydro pedal, my speed increases as well as my my engine RPMs. We'll have load match and motion match, as well as speed match.
Okay.
On these tractors
all
as well.
3 of those. Now Now that's the same as the 3Rs, 4Rs, and all the R series that are hydros, right?
Exactly. Yep.
Okay. Now armrests?
Armrests. Yep. So we brought that to the 4M line, right? So we do have armrests on our 4R tractors. With these operators, like they're going to be spending a lot of time in these seats, right? Like I said, we talk about commercial customers, we talk about hay and livestock. They're going to spend a lot of time in the seat of the tractor, so the more comfortable
I like armrests.
The better. Yep. So our lighting package. So we have 4 standard work lights. You have 2 forward facing and you have 2 on the rear.
Okay.
Brush guard here.
Yeah.
So gives you a little bit more visibility at night and in low light conditions. So we talked about that poultry customer in those poultry houses where it's really dark. You know, you can have more light with this premium lighting package.
DeMark, I don't really know much about the poultry industry. I know I like chicken, but that's about all I know. Why is this tractor well suited for poultry?
Yep, so this tractor, we talked about getting into smaller, tight spaces, right?
Okay.
So the poultry industry, they have a lot of poultry houses that are low clearance, and there's not really a whole lot of room to move around with the feeders and things that they have hanging from the ceiling. And so this tractor gives you a smaller, shorter wheelbase than what we have on our larger 5000 series tractors. And it's also capable of handling those poultry implements. So like rear blades or any other type of PTO driven implement that they use in that industry. And another thing that we've added here is we lower the ROPS hinge point to fit into that poultry industry, right?
Okay, so if they need to go inside their building, they can fold this down and...
Exactly.
Okay.
Because on our traditional 4M and 4R, the hinge point is a little bit further up. This tractor with the ROPS folded, the tallest point on the tractor would be under 70 inches.
Now this is the same wheelbase as the other 4Ms,
yes.
right? Does it turn any shorter than the existing 4M? Is it pretty much identical to the other 4Ms in that regard?
You get a little bit or longer turning radius with the larger tires on the front, and it's still less than what we have in our 5000 series low profile tractors.
Okay. Anything else on the front side of the tractor here we should highlight?
On the other side, actually, we didn't talk about the hydraulics. So hydraulics is a very key component of a tractor. Right? Yeah. It's hard to get anything done without an engine, a transmission, and hydraulics.
There you go.
Right?
Okay.
And so what we've decided to do with the 4M Heavy Duty is to offer factory install hydraulics. So it's going to come with a factory install mid valve to operate the loader or any other front implement if the loader is removed, right? And we also have a single rear SCV out of the rear. That's going to be standard.
How many SCVs are available optional?
So on this tractor, you have one more, a Power Beyond, that you can add to this tractor.
Okay, so you can add a Power Beyond.
Yep. In case you wanted to run a backhoe or a log splitter or anything, any implement that has its own control valve. And you just
so this machine comes pretty much loader ready then, because it's got the mid SCV.
Yep.
It's got one SCV in the rear.
Yep, that's correct.
Now we're back on the back side. What we got going on here?
Yep, so as I talked about earlier, we're trying to kind of tap into some customer segments that we haven't necessarily tapped into as much with compact utility tractors, right? So specifically talking about getting into more of a utility application, right? So on the rear of the tractor, you'll see some things that we've added to the 4M Heavy Duty to kind of appease those customers in those markets. We already talked about the hydraulics. We're also going to incorporate a 7-pin trailer connector.
Oh, really?
So in case you're going to be pulling any trailers or wagons or anything like that, you have power to power lights and things of that sort. The other thing is the telescope and draft link. So we always focus on ease of use with our compacts, right?
Yeah.
So the easier it is for an operator to hook up an implement, the more time that they'll be able to spend doing work versus preparing to do work. So we have telescoping and draft link standard on this tractor. And also within the draft links or the draft balls, we have category 2 and category 1 hose. So basically a customer can, if they have multiple different types of implements, category 1 and category 2, they can use just this one tractor to operate either one of those pieces of equipment.
I have the telescoping draft links on my 5E, and I really like it. It is much handier that way. So I'm glad to see that standard, because it was an option on my 5E. So very nice. DeMark, it looks to me like that you're taking some of the 4R features, and you're pushing them down into the 4M line, making them standard on this heavy duty model. It seems like that's going to be less costly for the customer than taking a 4M and adding all these options one by one. So
that's true.
Seems like one of the big values here. So if a customer's considering a 4M versus a 4M heavy duty, how would you recommend that they choose? What kind of process would you choose?
If they're going to be doing a lot of loader work and if they're going to need some additional SCVs, the 4M heavy duty would be the better route for them, especially with the SCVs, right? And so it all depends on, what the customer is going to be doing with that particular piece of equipment.
So if they don't need a loader at all, then they might not need the mid SCV.
That could be.
If they don't need a lower ROPS, maybe they would stick. So they might save a few dollars by not having some of those options.
That's true.
But it seems to me like this is a pretty nice option.
Oh yeah, it is. It is, and we're excited about it.
So hey, thanks for taking the time with us today.
Thank you.
And thank you guys for watching. go check out the new 4M HD. We'll see you next time on Tractor Time with Tim.
Tractor to just maintain, you know, hay bales, whether it's moving.
It's also the Corvette factory. Apparently.